to their markets for African countries. The United States has been granting that access through AGOA for 25 years. Whatever forms they may take, our mutual interests and partnerships in trade, security, health, and more will continue going forward in ways that are both familiar and that are new. For example, there is massive opportunity to grow trade and investment between the United States and Ghana in the coming years. Together, we can create increased prosperity for both our nations, building on our generations of connections between families and businesses. We can build on the strong foundations that U.S. assistance helped construct by fostering increased private sector-led growth in energy, mining, and various other critical sectors of Ghana's economy. The United States can help create high-skilled and high-value jobs, building on the innovation, ingenuity, and industriousness that have characterized U.S. companies, many of whom are here tonight, who are eager to explore more business in and with Ghana when the conditions are favorable to investment. Economies can only grow when countries are safe and secure. Another central feature of our close bilateral relationship has been our deep security partnership. We continue to work alongside the Ghana Armed Forces to keep violent extremist threats outside of both the United States and Ghana. And just as Ghana seeks to protect its borders and its people through rigorous enforcement of its immigration laws, so too does the United States seek to do the same. Among the reasons to do that, of course, is that illegal immigration undermines the ability of legal immigrants to achieve the American dream. While these areas are each complex and nuanced, our shared values make it easier to forge ahead. Our cultural and educational ties create opportunities to learn, grow, and contribute to our respective countries. Our shared belief in the freedom of speech and freedom of the press allows for critical debate and, in turn, solutions to the world's most acute and pressing problems. We at the Embassy are grateful, at the end of the day, for our partnership and our friendship with each of you here tonight. You honor us with your presence, and we look forward to continuing to work with the people and government of Ghana to achieve our goals on behalf of the American and Ghanaian people. July 4th, we remember when the founding fathers of the United States laid the foundation for a new republic, with citizens able to choose their own government and indeed their own destiny. There are a variety of parallels in the history and politics of the United States and Ghana, and one that I like to point to is the most is our very beginnings as nations. After all, both of our countries began as colonies breaking away from the British Empire. The timeframes were, of course, very different, and our relationships with the Crown at those moments were very different. But I nonetheless believe that that common historical bond means more than we might usually think. We are both countries that had to adjust from forming part of another nation to conceiving, creating, building, adapting, adjusting, and sustaining our own. Whether it is the 249 years of the United States or the 68 years of Ghana's, independence challenges both of our peoples still today, just as much as it is a historical event to celebrate. And this is a unique year, of course, because it just so happens that with the change in the Ghanaian calendar, tomorrow in Ghana is also Founders Day celebrated. So we are very grateful for that coincidence that we have once again. The parallels between the U.S. and Ghana, of course, extend to our electoral calendars. Last year, as is the case in the last 2 months of every fourth year, Americans and Ghanaians cast their ballots in credible and transparent elections to select a new president. And in the most remarkable coincidence, in both of our elections, a former president defeated an incumbent vice president to retake the office, and both did so this past January. Both of our countries thus have governments that are new, even as we have presidents that are not new. As we all know, new governments bring transitions. New governments bring opportunity, perhaps a requirement, to reevaluate policies and priorities and to make changes and adjustments where they are seen as necessary. Change is, indeed, an inescapable, essential feature of our evolutions as governments and as countries. Change can come in surprising ways, sometimes abruptly, at other times almost imperceptibly. But our countries would not be the ones that we are proud of today if change had not constituted a constant feature of our respective pasts. Where the experiences of our countries have also intersected is in our long-standing collaboration. Together, we have built a health infrastructure in Ghana that has saved millions of lives and prevented the spread of communicable diseases throughout the West African